LTD 27, giving you exactly what you need. Welcome to the show where the truth never lies. Turn the volume up while we watch the sparks fly. Monday morning coming at you with the heavy hitting vibe. We breaking down the headlines, keeping policy alive. The filters on the lands, no scripts inside their hand. Just a broadcast for the people across the digital land. From the hill to the street, yeah, we digging in the dirt. Searching for the facts, even when the answer's hurt. It's a weekday ritual, a digital town square. If you're looking for the comfort, you won't find it here. We that set the agenda, we challenge every view. Bringing more politics straight from us to you. Subs climbing up, yeah, the chat is going wild. Information flowing in a truly gritty style. Run your mouth, let the people hear the sound of 27, where the loudest in the town. Run your mouth, break the silence, take a stand. Politics and power in the palm of your hand. Run your mouth, yeah, we're live on the screen. The greatest commentary that you've ever seen. Yeah, the debate is getting deep while the mainstream media is falling fast asleep. We're tracking every bill and we're walking every vote, taking every crooked quote and cutting at the throat. It's a YouTube revolution, decentralized and free. Finding what the future of the news is gonna be. From the left to the right to the middle of the room. We're carrying the weight, yeah, we're carrying the load. Don't just sit and listen, get your fingers on the keys. We're bringing down the giants, bringing them to the knees. Weekday warriors assemble for the fight. Shining out a signal in the middle of the night. Run your mouth, let the people hear the sound of 27 with the loudest in the town. Run your mouth, break the silence, take a stand. Politics and power in the palm of your hand. Run your mouth, yeah, we're live on the screen. The realest commentary that you've ever seen. Hit the like, hit the sub, keep the fire burning bright. Run your mouth every weekday, doing it right. Every 27, boys. Woo! Woo! Yeah!
Hello, hello, hello. Y'all know the new intro, it's just not long enough for me. It's actually shorter than the old intros, and I need those extra seconds. Y'all listen. I need the new intro to be long like the new intro is actually much shorter than the old ones. Maybe about 20 to 30 seconds, about 25 seconds shorter. And yeah, I need all of those extra seconds or whatever. Whatever. What's up, y'all? Guess who's back in the saddle? Like we never left. Hey, y'all, listen. The dossier is packed. I got so much to talk about. Whenever I leave and go out of town, y'all say, yeah, let's load him up with a bunch of shit to for him to discuss when he gets back. God be with us. Ugh. It's so much. It's so much going on. I mean, I don't have pretty much. Let me make sure I put this on Bluesky. See, I would have had all this done if I had those extra few seconds. I could have had all this done. But whatever. Whatever. We here now. Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? Did you miss me? I missed y'all. I sure did. Anyway, y'all, we got a lot to discuss. We can't labor long. We can't waste time. The dossier is packed. And then we got to go out of town again this weekend. We have the awards. I don't know if we'll win, but we're gonna celebrate ourselves because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be nominated. Now would I? So thank you to you all because of you all, I'm nominated. All I do is facilitate the program over here, okay? It's you all that make the show. Y'all are the show, I'm the sideshow, okay? I am the sideshow while you all make the show what it is. So I am eternally grateful and appreciative that I could be even nominated for stuff. And as I stated earlier, that's on the backs of you all doing what y'all do and being who y'all are. And yeah, we're grateful. We're happy. Okay. So anyway, like I told y'all, we ain't got them. We can't labor long. We don't have. We don't have a list. We ain't got the type of time today. Let me say hey to y'all, and then we'll go ahead and get this party started. Cause baby, the dossier is so jam packed. It's so jam packed today. Hey, the inform, what's going on, sir? Hey, see what I'm saying? How are you? Hey, crazy homebody girl, what's going on, my love? What's going on? Hey, Miss Shorty B. Hey, Antonia. What's going on, Tamra? Hey, Janae. Hey, DPG. I see the hall monitors are filing in. I miss rumming my cooch or rumming my coins too. We gotta find a spot for rumming my cooch or rumming my coin. We gonna have to. I'm gonna have to clip that and make it a clip that we can play over here. You know, just saying. Hey Carl. Hey New Jones. Hello Tracy W. How are you today, Tracy W? Did you miss me, Tracy W? I missed you. Y'all know if I don't give Tracy W her own special greeting, she gonna push me down. You all right today, Tracy W? How's your Monday going? Okay, has it been a magnificent Monday? Are you doing well? Man, I've been so good. I did not get any rest. So let's be clear, it was no rest for the weary. But Terrence, bruh, it's so much going on. Terrence, bruh, it's so much going on the war front today. Dear God. Child. Lord. You know we gonna celebrate anyway, honey. We ain't gotta win nothing. Just being nominated was enough. And even if we wasn't, we still gonna celebrate because we do great stuff over here. Why is this lady calling me like this, God? Hey Montrez, what's good, bruh? What to do, fool? Hey Candace F, how are you today, ma'am? You all right? How's the DMV area, Candace F? How y'all doing up there? Listen. Um, um, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, don't let the people stress you out. Oh, it's you, Shay. Cause I'm like, who's see what I'm saying? Shay, you can't be changing your profile pictures like that on the I'm like, well, who is this? I'm like, she knew it. She coming in, popping off on people. And you didn't even tell us that was you, Shay. Over here with new avatars and stuff. Girl. Mm. Cha. Girl. All right. Um. Mm, um. Oh Lord. Oh God. And the police still ain't doing nothing. Child. Child. I told you. This is not my official advice. But if you want some advice unofficially, we all got them family members that we can make a call to and say, listen, I got a problem. I need you to come handle this for me. I ain't gonna hold you. We all got them. We all got family members that we can make a hey, let me call you for a moment. Hey, yeah, I need that. We need to handle that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. Yeah. All right. I I ain't gonna hold you. Not rubbing my cooch, rubbing my coin financial report section. Child. Child. Anyway, y'all go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. I told y'all we got a packed dossier today. We cannot labor long. We can't lollygag. Hey, Yolanda Morgan, what's going on, my love? We can't labor long. We can't, procrastinate. We can't do none of it. We got to get right down to it because we got so much to talk about. Matter of fact, even though I got a long time before I get there, because I got a few things before we get to our war report. Let me just go ahead and drop the link now for our correspondent because I know we got a lot to talk about on the war front, and then I got a couple other things that I got to talk about before we get to the war front. It's just a lot going on. D. Johnson, what's going on, sir? How the hell are you? Hey, Tracy C, that's one of our head hall monitors right there. Also, don't forget, August 7th is coming quickly. Tracy, we got to get together this week so we can finalize some stuff. I'll call you. All right. Okay. So, okay. You got your blunt ready? All right. Well, I don't really smoke weed. I don't do blunts unless it's a good skin blunt. Then I might do it if it's a skin blunt, if you know what I mean. Anyway, this is why we can't have nice things. I promise you. This is exactly why we can't have nice things. Y'all go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know y'all ready to get this party started because we ready. If y'all ain't ready, I'm ready. If y'all ain't ready, I'm ready. Hey, Complex 613. What's going on, beautiful? Oh, child. Yeah. All right. So, if y'all ready, hey, Miss Felicia. Child. We're going to go out to Houston this weekend and have a good time. And if you're in the greater Houston area or, or are in the area, y'all let us know and y'all could come hang out. Me and Really B, I know, going to be there, and a bunch of other people, bunch of other YouTubers will be there that I know some of y'all follow. And y'all can come through and, show us a good time, hang out a little bit, We're going to be partying this weekend, so come through. All right. Tamara, it looked like Tamara the only one ready to get this party started. So since Tamara ready, she's one of my prize pupils, then I'm ready. All right, we're starting off. It is June 1. June fucking 1st. And I say happy Pride Month to all of those in the Rainbow Coalition compound. Listen, I woke up this morning and they had all of the decorations. You know how when you stay in certain neighborhoods, you have to decorate your block and your street for Christmas and stuff like that? Well, in the Rainbow Coalition compound, on June 1, you wake up and the maintenance staff has put up all of the Pride Month decorations. So I am working on the Pride panel. Yes, I am. I'm actually, and if y'all talked to him before I do, let him know I'm trying to get him on the panel. But I told Bubs I'm trying to get him on the panel with some other people on the Pride Month panel. I make a lot when I see some people this weekend. I'm trying to hit them up and let them know I want them to come on, and we'll talk. So I'll talk to them about coming on and participating in the Pride panel and stuff. Anyway, oh, I forgot to drop. There's the link for my correspondent. I'm sorry, I forgot to drop it. Anyway, it's Pride Month, and because it's Pride Month, we will be starting each day this month. We will be starting our broadcast with some information to give you a little bit of history on Pride Month, teach you about some people who you should know. They will all be, listen, call me whatever you want, but they will all be black. Now, if you want people of other ethnicities, races, creeds, colors, there are tons of places to go get that. And we celebrate those people as well. However, what I'll be, the people who I will be bringing up this month, I'm just saying, they will all, and I do mean they will all be black. I'm just saying. Happy Pride Month. And this is a very special Pride Month because there's so many things in politics and in the world right now trying to force us back into closets, trying to make us feel less than, inferior, uncomfortable, and all of those things. So we have to celebrate. Who we are. We have to have a sense of pride. We do not. The reason for Pride Month is because we were always made to feel that we should not be proud of who we are. There were times when members of the Rainbow Coalition compound were subjected to involuntarily being put into mental institutions. Involuntarily put into mental institutions. And so also, I forgot I was supposed to put on another hat today. It's Pride Month, but hold on, let me go back before we do our Pride Month. Hold on, because I got to celebrate these people because today is June 1. Going back before, I told you I had a busy dossier. Going back before we do Pride Month, I'm wearing my March of 100 hat because today is June 1. June 1 is the day we celebrate the founding of the Marching 100, Florida A&M University's marching band, which was founded on June 1st, 1946. So that makes this the 80th anniversary of the Marching 100. As a member of the Marching 100 who came up in the Marching 100 a long time ago. Oh, so long ago. So long ago. Anyway, I celebrate the Marching 100. Shout out to all of my Marching 100 members, Rattlers, and all of those people out there as we celebrate the birthday of the Marching 100, January 1st, not January 1st, June 1st, 1946. That makes it 80 years old today. So I did want to get that in before we go to our Pride. I'm going to keep my hat on to celebrate the 100. The 100. Child, me and T got to talk about. I'm gonna text him and say, you know what day it is, and I know he knows. I see we have our correspondent already here waiting. We gonna get that correspondent. Give me a moment. I'm gonna get there. All right. So let's do it. Let's get to our first person, and today it's the ladies first. It is ladies first. And we start off with the story and background. Hey, Jay Parrish, for Pride Month. Hey, Ravine. For Pride Month, we start off our first profile for Pride Month is this wonderful black woman. Her name is Ernestine Eckstein. Ernestine Eckstein was a visionary and leader in the gay rights movement in the 1960s. She was an activist who believed in the power of public protests and bringing attention to the entirety of the homophile movement, as they called it back then, by bringing all classes of homosexuals together. Born Ernestine Deloy Eppinger in Indiana in 1942, she was one of 8 children. She adopted the name Ernestine Eckstein to protect herself from backlash in her job and personal life, as being openly gay was dangerous and illegal at the time. Eckstein, Attended college at Indiana University. Shout out Indiana University, birthplace of the greatest fraternity in the world, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Anyway, she attended college at Indiana University and majored in magazine journalism with minors in psychology and Russian. Her activism began on campus where she was an NAACP chapter officer. She was also a member of Tomahawk, a scholastic honor society, wrote for the Indiana Daily Student publication, and was in Singing Hoosiers. She moved to New York City soon after graduation in 1963. Once there, Eckstein discovered she was a lesbian. She hadn't realized it earlier because she had never known it was possible until a good friend of hers from college had come out to her as gay and then had to explain it to her. Suddenly, things began to click for her. Once she realized that she was a lesbian, she felt compelled to do something and looked to find a way into the homophile movement, as it was called at the time. Eckstein began attending Mattachine Society meetings, an early national gay rights organization in the U.S., which led her to its sister organization, DOB. Her involvement in the civil rights movement influenced her advocacy for the LGBTQ plus cause. At the age of 24, she marched in Philadelphia at the first annual Reminder Day, one of the earliest LGBT demonstrations in the U.S., and in front of the White House as the only person of color demonstrating. At the time, public protest was not on the radar of the gay rights movement due to concerns for safety and being out at a time when being gay was considered a crime. As a black woman participating in gay rights protests in the 1960s, her bravery was paramount. Her appointment as VP of the New York chapter of DOB marked a significant shift in the organization from education with doctors and psychologists to the people through lobbying government officials and demonstrating. Eckstein's goal was to link gay rights to other civil rights issues to gain momentum and ultimately be more successful. After 3 years in New York City, she moved to Northern California to focus on social justice issues. She joined Black Women Organized for Action, or BWOA, an organization that fostered leadership, community, and action. Eckstein was one of the most progressive thinkers of her time in the gay and lesbian movement, as well as the Black feminist movement. She saw demonstrations as one of the very first steps towards changing society. Much of what is known about her life and beliefs come in an interview she did in The Ladder, a landmark lesbian publication, and she did that in 1966. She was the first black woman to be featured and only one of two in its entire duration. Her radical and visionary beliefs were reflected in her work with both the DOB and BWOA. Unfortunately, very little else is known about her life and work past her BWA work. She died in 1992 at the age of 51. And that's the story of Ernestine Eckstein, one of, if not the first black people outwardly protesting in the gay rights movement when it was still illegal to be gay. And like they said, she protested in Philadelphia. She protested at the White House, and you can see her picture here. This is the picture of her with the shades on when she was protesting outside of the White House. And that's another picture of her when she was in The Ladder. All right. So that is the story of Ernestine Eckstein. She is our first profile for Pride Month. I even did not know the story of Ernestine Eckstein, and I'm always glad when I find out about more people that helped, more people that look like us, more people that advocated for us and fought. Yeah, she died young. She died young. Hey, Lock Queen. Hey, Cymera. So that's our first Pride Month profile. Hey, Fran. Hey, Miss E. Yeah, she died young. That's pretty young at 51. So, and like I said, I hadn't even heard her story in either Black history profiles or in LGBTQ plus history profiles. So I'm glad to share her story with you. Ernestine Eckstein is her name. That, like I said, is a picture of her at the White House at a protest in 1965 when it was still illegal to be gay, much less being a Black woman in 1965 protesting anything. So shout out to her. We celebrate her. Kudos to her for being a pioneer for us. And now we'll get to our primaries. We'll be real brief today in our 2026 primary updates. Now, tomorrow's a big election day. Lot of elections tomorrow. These are the states that are having elections tomorrow. We have California, Iowa, Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Dakota, all having primaries tomorrow. That's 6 states: California, Iowa, Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, and South Dakota. I know there's the big primaries in California. You got the governor's race. That primary out there is wide open, and then you have that mayoral race over in California with the Pratt guy, him and Karen Bass. That's a whole shit show over there. That is an entire shit show over there. If you notice, I have not been covering that whole situation with the Los Angeles mayoral race. That is a shit show. Something about the Pratt guy just does not agree with my spirit. I don't know. Maybe I'm not close enough to the situation. He may end up being great. I don't know. But something about him just doesn't, from the outside looking in, just does not agree with my spirit. But we'll see what what Los Angeles voters do. Again, 6 states tomorrow: California, Iowa, Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Dakota, all having elections tomorrow. Make sure that if you have not already gone out to do early voting, that you go and exercise your right to vote tomorrow in those respective primaries. I will call out a full, comprehensive, and exhaustive list of elections tomorrow. When we go live tomorrow, I'll have an exhaustive list. But today, that's just the list of primaries that we are having tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll have a more exhaustive list. All right. I've just been told from our clandestine informant that if you live in the great state of California, everybody in California has access to mail-in voting and a mail-in ballot. So go check your mailbox. You probably already have a ballot. And Tracy just dropped the Ballotpedia link in the chat. Y'all know that is our source of truth. And yeah, nobody has a reason not to vote. And there's a lot of candidates that align with just about any and every political ideation that you can think about. So go vote your conscience. Vote how you want to vote. That's what primaries are for you to vote for the candidate that best suits you and where you are. All right. So go check your mailbox. Make sure you got your ballots today in California, but all over the country. Make sure that you all are voting. And now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So now, I want to fight. that he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. And with us today, we have our Sir I Told You So. I'm sorry, our senior, excuse me, I don't know why I read Sir. Our senior I Told You So correspondent. Sir, how the hell are you?
I am doing well. How are you, sir?
Y'all, when I go out of town, y'all don't let me have no days off. No days off. Y'all like to keep it spicy. Y'all like to make sure that,
You pay for having a day off
yes, yes.
because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't watch anything. I didn't watch Malcolm. I didn't watch any of my normal news sources. I literally took a 4 day weekend. Didn't look at anything. Right?
And all
Sunday
hell
night,
breaks loose.
right? Sunday night, I get a glimpse of something and I go, "Wait, what? What the fuck is happening right now?" And then
Oh, sir.
I look at my beautiful wife and I say to her, I said, "Baby, I need to look at the news real quick. You good with that?" She says, "Yeah, yeah, you ain't looked at it all weekend. Go for it." Brother, I looked at the news and that was my first mistake. The rabbit hole that I went down thereafter consumed the next 2.5 hours of my life getting caught up on all the fuckery and fuck shit happening in the Middle East, perpetuated by an idiot in orange paint and an idiot who says, "I'm here for the betterment of Israel," but is indeed actually a nefarious war criminal, committing genocides and crimes against humanity, and continuing to do it very loudly with the support of our tax dollars. So yeah, yeah, I walked into that Sunday morning, and yeah, naval mines are a real thing, people. They're no shit floating around the in in the Straits of Hormuz. Like literally, they have a picture of a fucking big ass sea mine
Yep. Saw that
floating
one.
around,
Just floating around. Hey, here I
just
am.
chilling. Like, hey, how you
In
doing?
case you thought that it was a game, in case you thought Iran was fucking off, here's a
They're
whole
not.
mine. Here's one. You can look at it. Take a picture with
Yep.
it. Sir, I knew shit was hitting the fan when I checked oil prices. And I woke up this morning and we
Mm-hmm.
were at $86.
So where we're at
Two
right now.
hours later, I checked it. We were at 91. Now we're
Mm-hmm.
at 92. So in the course of today, oil prices have gone up more than $5 a barrel if you
Yep.
need us. I live in the great state of Georgia where today gas taxes are now going to go back on because they had, early in the war, when they saw this wasn't going anywhere, they suspended the gas tax, which is a 30-cent tax, right? So today we get here, and not only did the oil price per barrel jump up almost $6 a barrel, now we're also going to have 30 extra cent added to all of our gas prices here in the great state of Georgia. It's a great day to be alive, isn't it?
It is, ain't it though? Ain't it though? And then just to find out that the Reaper drone that got shot down last week, to be clear, people, I'll go over this one more time about how airspace and territorial waters and all of that shit works. 12 miles. There's a 12-mile invisible boundary around every country that extends to the water and the air. We can't go flying our drones in other people's fucking airspace and expect them not to shoot it down. To be clear, if another country was flying a drone over this country, we will shoot it down. I mean, hell, it took us forever to shoot down that Chinese balloon, but we eventually did shoot it down. And we're using our incursions into another sovereign country's airspace and them taking the same actions that we would want our air defenders to take against an enemy aircraft. We are using that as a pretext to strike back, when in all actuality, once again, the United States is the one actually breaking ceasefires. Just like their little buddy Israel, a ceasefire to them is only a means to show everybody, look, 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 we're trying to negotiate. Look, we're trying to be reasonable. They're not trying to be reasonable.
Hey,
This
Harold.
is
Happy Pride, Harold.
Oh yeah, happy Pride, El Teddy. We was just
Well,
talking
thank
about
you,
that.
sir.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
not gonna forget that. Happy Pride to all my brothers and sisters out there. But you see my avatar. It says Black Air Force activity detected.
I'm sorry. Let me. Those would be his black Air Force One. You know, back in the day, I kept a pair of white Air Force Ones. I didn't keep them clean, but I kept a pair of all white Air Force Ones in the early 2000s. That was my thing. I was gonna have a pair of white Air Force Ones
Right.
if I
I
had nothing
only
else.
up until I became a Marine and a father, I kept Black Air Force ones.
You had the black ones. I had the white ones for you. You had the black ones. I had the white ones. I
Now,
got you.
now if now I had a crispy pair of black ones that stayed nice, and then I had a pair of black ones that you use for Black Air Force activity. So what the United States in general has been involved with during the entirety of this war is Black Air Force One's activity. We're going out, we're doing hood rat shit with our friends over in Israel and fucking up shit. We're not doing anything to help anybody right now. We've pulled USAID out of every fucking country that needs it. Oh, by the way, did I mention that there's a whole Ebola outbreak in Africa? We tried to set up a catch-all tent for Americans out of the country and in that country. And I want to say it was Kenya said, fuck you and get the hell out of here. You didn't talk to nobody about this. We don't, okay, no, you're not going to use our country as a dumping ground. And with this current administration, that's how this current administration sees not only Africa, but I hate to tell you this, South America, Central America, Eastern European countries
Quiet
that
as it's kept, they
are
see
that
its own
are
citizens like that, but we ain't gonna even talk about that.
yeah, yeah. So let's just say this: those countries, you're basically a dumping ground to this man. This man treats the rest of the world like, sorry to my Jersey folks if you're in here, this man treats the rest of the world like New York treats New Jersey. And for those of y'all who don't know that reference, New York literally sends their garbage to New Jersey.
So I'm going to give you a quick update on ceasefire talks. I'm gonna give you the 30-second
What
rundown,
ceasefire
after
talks?
which Terrence will give us the rundown on all of the airstrikes that we have over by Kashim Island again, because we're back to
Oh yeah.
firing airstrikes. God be with us. So here's your rundown. They all yesterday. Oh, we're in the middle of ceasefire and peace talks with Iran. Fucking Benjamin Netanyahu, who wants no parts of peace, no parts of ceasefire, then goes on one of the most advanced infiltrations of Lebanon in the last half century. They've basically taken over the entirety of the southern portion of Lebanon and now are in
Hmm.
Beirut. Okay? They're in
Pushing South
fucking
Beirut. Yep.
Beirut. They are just basically taking over a sovereign country. And so from the very beginning, Iran says, hey, bitches, if we're talking ceasefires, that's for every fucking body. That not only includes us, that includes fucking Lebanon. So you better get them bastards over there in line. When Iran saw that happen, they said, "Well, fuck this shit." And the Iranian foreign minister, he put out a message on social media, said, "Quote: Any violation of this ceasefire on one front shall be considered a violation of it all across across all fronts. The United States and Israel bear responsibility for the consequences of any breach of the truth. Now, I'm gonna let the Terrence get to that part when he gets back to the fact that we're bombing people because we bombed a country because they said that's where U.S. is bombing from. I'll let him get to that in a second. However, so when that comes out, reporters go to your president and say, "Sir," who's like, "Yeah, we're in the middle of peace talks," and they say, "Sir, Iran has announced earlier that they have suspended all peace talks, right?" To which he was like, "No, we're talking. If I say we're talking, then talks will go on." To which they had to inform him, "No, the Iranians said, sir, it's not happening. The talks are suspended." He then says, "Quote, if they don't want to talk, that's okay with me. I think it's fine. I don't particularly want to talk either. We talk too much." It's an appropriate thing to say because they're better negotiators than they are fighters, but they haven't informed us of that. End of quote. The man is manic. The man has no grip or reality. So
Not
when
at
all of
all.
that happened, that was when the oil prices said, "Yeah, we're not with this fuck shit." I mean, that coupled with the fact that there's active strikes happening off of the coast, on Kashem Island and in southern Iran, as well as in Kuwait. And there's my segue to our senior "I told you so" correspondent.
All right. So y'all remember we reported before Teddy went on a uh quick break that we said we took, what do we say, a week before we went kinetic again?
Yep, we did.
If that, maybe
Hey,
that
Uncle
weekend, we
Jay.
said that weekend, no later than the following Friday they would go kinetic,
We
and
absolutely
boom,
said
we're
it.
kinetic again. We are absolutely kinetic again. All right, so this is what we got going on, y'all. So what the United States had flying over what they call international waters, and once again, I would like to remind everybody, the Strait of Hormuz is not international waters. It is not international airspace. The Strait of Hormuz is not large enough to offer all of the countries who hold territorial water claims. It's not large enough for all of them to have 12 miles and then a buffer. So none of that is international airspace. Let's be very clear. What they have had for that area is more or less a understanding of freedom of navigation. Like, hey man, listen, we know this goes through your waters, and we know this goes through your waters. However, this is a major artery for life all over the planet. We have to be able to move stuff through here freely. And they had an agreement that was working. you know, U.S. would go through there with a ship. Iran would come out with a small ship. There'd be some saber rattling. Hey, get out of here. Hey, you get out of here. We're allowed to be here. No, you're not allowed to be here. This is my house. Get out of here. And then everybody goes their separate way. Everybody goes home. What we've escalated to is flying our drones into their airspace, getting our drones and our equipment shot down, and then saying, okay, well, cool, you shot us down, but now we're going to say we're taking defensive actions against, those sites that we took out because those sites did their jobs, the same jobs that we would ask American air defenders to do if the same shit was happening off the coast of fucking Florida, right? We would ask our air defenders to do the exact same thing off the coast of fucking Florida. Now, the only difference is that it's happening to us. And the drone that they used, an MQ-1, they'll tell you, that is MQ-1. That is like one of the first drones we've ever produced. One of the first high fidelity drones we've ever produced. We don't even fly it in the active inventory anymore. All right, this is a obsolete plane that was sent up to draw fire. It's not the first time we've done it. You send up an obsolete piece of gear, you draw fire, you see where they're shooting from, and then you fire back, which is what the United States of America did when they attacked Kashem Island after their drone was shot down for illegally being in Iranian airspace. Now, What they hit on Kashem Island was a ground control station and two attack drones. They're saying that these things threaten shipping. Might be true, might not be true. Iran hasn't really been shooting at shipping. That has been simply the United States putting Hellfire missiles into third countries' engine rooms. I want to say they were from Botswana or somewhere in Africa across the West African coast. They shot a Hellfire missile directly into their engine room because they ran their blockade. Blockade, which I will remind everybody, is in itself an act of war. Okay, follow me now. We have literally been at war with these people all the way through our fucking ceasefire, right? On top of that, you've got Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel continuing his push all the way up into southern Beirut. Remember, their line was supposed to be where? Not southern Beirut. It was supposed to be southern Lebanon at a river. I can't remember the name of the river,
I
but
thought it was
it was
supposed to be
supposed to
near
be there.
Tyre. I thought they were supposed to stop well before they
They're
got the
right, and
fucking
Tyre is near that river.
I know well before they
They
got.
weren't supposed to go to Tyre.
Oh well, then there's that.
The river was below Tyre. Tyre was supposed to be a safe zone. Now, if you notice what I've been reporting to you guys, Israel keeps pushing. They're gonna keep pushing until they have all of Lebanon. Okay. Now there's a let's get to the religious aspect of this whole thing. We're past the politics part of it. Let's get to the religious part of it. There are two holy sites in Israel that are under the curatorship of Jordan. Israel is trying to pass a law to kick Jordan out of there and off of those sites. And Israel says we can handle it. We got it. We're responsible. We can handle this. They they can't handle it. If the Jordanians are pushed out of that area, Israel is going to have a whole nother problem with a whole nother U.S. ally, and it's insane.
Well,
It's insane.
what people are saying is, and the quiet part is starting to slip out, in the same manner that Russia was fucked up when they went over to Ukraine and they thought that they was just gonna run roughshod over Ukraine, and they all of their tanks just started getting bombed and picked off. The
Hmm.
same thing has started happening in Israel, and they thought they were just
Hmm.
going to go in there and run a roughshod over Hezbollah, and Hezbollah has been holding up, and they've been picking off all of these tanks that Israel is sitting in there, and now it's now coming to light that those bastards are now losing some of their munitions and stockpiles, and they don't have enough to sustain this for a long time. Now, which would lead to one of the other stories that made it into the dossier that I'm sure Terrence will be pulling his hairs out about the story of the,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that
I
whole
saw that
Israel
story, and I'm
IDF and yeah, that fuck shit. That's a whole nother story for we ain't even there yet. But that's what
the
we have.
cold part is the cold part is the cold part is that this type of agreement and this type of working relate that what you're going to talk about later has been happening in the United States for years. It's just now coming to light because it was being done through what we call a dark program, a program that's not been acknowledged. It's not a program of record. So we've been doing that. So that's not new news to me, but it's concerning that it's actual law.
Right. That's the
But
concerning part.
to
That's the
to
concerning
to
part.
piggyback on Israel running short on things, an Israeli interceptor battery was hit over the weekend, and it wasn't because it didn't fire; it fired off a lot of shit, and then it missed a lot of shit, and then it was not there anymore. It was a smoking hole in the ground. No, Xavier, unfortunately, if you are going to place the president in a conservatorship, you have to invoke the 25th Amendment. They are not going to do that. And to be clear, he might already be in a conservatorship that we don't know about.
They propping them up like
I
weekend
mean,
at
he's
fucking birdies and shit.
they
Hey,
really are.
Xavier,
They really are. But
listen,
brother, like this is the
this is becoming Israel has had this dream of greater Israel for some time,
hmm
and they finally have a U.S. president that doesn't give a damn.
to be
And
clear, it's
somebody,
not
I
that he
was
doesn't
watching
give a
something.
damn. He's
I was
just
wa-
dumb as fuck.
I was watching something and wanted to get your take on this because I saw this earlier today, and they
Mhm.
said something, and it was like, "Oh wow, this is possible." I didn't know that between the southernmost part of Ukraine and the northernmost part of Iraq is less than 1,000 miles. I think they say it's like 600, between 600 and 700 miles, which is
Yeah.
that's nothing in terms of, space and opportunity. You could, I mean, if you don't see the dots connecting for, dare we
Mhm.
say, the world war that's coming, because the rest of the world being on the brink, and the fact that the United States is trying to act like big boss, allowing not Lebanon, allowing Israel to just do whatever, run roughshod. Because let's be clear, the entirety of the global markets and economy are on the brink solely at the behest of Benjamin Netanyahu and his fucking ideations. That's what this is all about. And
Yeah.
what's going to happen, because you got a president that doesn't give a damn. And when we get to 4th of July and we get to the middle of July or late July, when this shit is still shut the fuck down, and not just the rest of the world is on the brink, but even over here, oil and energy prices are on the brink. Something's going to have to give. And these people between Netanyahu and Trump and their hubris and their ego are not going to go away with their legs tucked between their tails. They're not going to do that. You have two options. Either y'all let the man be the king, the emperor, and his new clothes, where he's walking around with bare, naked, thinking he got new clothes on, meaning he goes away saying with nothing and says we just had the greatest victory on earth, and you let the man be delusional, or he goes away in utter defeat. Now, the first option is never going to happen because Benjamin Netanyahu is never going to happen. Itamar Ben Gavir is on record today saying to Benjamin Netanyahu, we have to say no to President Trump. When President Trump tells us to stop, we will be telling him no. That's what Itamar Ben Gavir just said today.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. He's a piece of trash. And he's a piece of trash. He's a racist. He's a xenophobe. All the bad. I think let's put it like this: all of the negative things you could say about anybody in this world, he's all of them. He is all of them. Like to have him go and parade around and tell the people in that flotilla to Gaza that they illegally took in actual international waters, to tell them welcome to hell, to tell them you're gonna die here, to tell them this was a fool's errand, you should have never come against mighty. My boy, go sit your big, look like you about two cheeseburgers away from a heart attack ass the fuck down. My boy, you
He
look
does.
like a
He looks
Jewish
like
Mucinex monster.
he looks
You
like
look
all
like the
of the king's
Mucinex monster and the
horsemen and
fuck.
all of the king's men at some point will be looking to put him back together again.
He does. He does. And it's always the ones that look like shit that have the most shit to say about any other race. Having the nerve to call them animals. My guy, have you looked in the mirror lately? Have you looked at your teeth? Your teeth, you look like a fucking caveman. And if you look at the people that back him up, when you look at like the Kegs breaths and the midget from fucking Cuba that calls himself the Secretary of State, You look at these people, they're backing him up saying this shit. And then you have the nerve to sit in front of us and tell us we're crazy. And when I say we, I mean black and brown people, that we're crazy when we say that this administration is not only racist, but it's the most bigoted and corrupt administration we've ever seen. And you have the nerve to look at us and tell us we're crazy. You have the nerve to look at us and tell us we have Trump derangement syndrome when you're not smart enough to know that that's not a us thing. That is a y'all thing. Y'all are the ones with Trump derangement syndrome. Y'all are the ones who let this man do whatever, however, whenever, and smile and ask for more.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, Iran is not just going to sit back. They did bomb Kuwait because they said,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah, they
Kuwait,
did.
y'all are harboring these. The U.S. is firing on us from Kuwait. Bitch, get
Mm-hmm.
some, get
Mm-hmm.
some. We don't give a
They
fuck.
did.
Y'all over here
And
with the fuck shit. We're not playing these games with y'all."
yep. And the crazy part is that as per always, the US is saying we shot everything down, no issues, no worries, nothing to report here. However, comma, my guy, I still can't get satellite images of anything over that area from any of the open source intelligence satellite providers. I still can't get anything that's newer than 2 weeks old.
Well, you got this that
And I
came
used to
on
be
my
able to get
crawl. How much money you
used to
want
be
to
able to
take
get
on
them
what
once
just
every
came
three
on my
days.
crawl? Terrence,
How
I
many people
got
got hurt?
money.
How
How
many
much
people got
money
hurt?
you want to put on what just came on my crawl? My crawl says that your president just told ABC News that he thinks that they will have a deal with Iran to extend the ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz over the next week.
Oh, it's Monday, so Taco Tuesday.
I don't believe any parts of that. There'll be no reopening of their fucking minds all in the fucking straight. Anyway, I cannot play in the world of Never Never Land with these people. They're not well. They're not well in the head. Like I
Not a
cannot
single
take
bit.
these people seriously.
Because they're not serious people, and you can't take unserious people in serious jobs seriously. It's that's not something that anybody with half a brain is going to do.
Now,
And
mind you,
let's see.
Iran has said that they have stopped all talks.
Hmm. And they have officially closed the
The
Straits
Strait
of
of Hormuz.
Hormuz.
And they have been saying, "Oh, we haven't closed it. Just pay the multipass." Now they're saying the shit is closed. And oh yeah, they've now said, "Keep fucking with us." Baba Mendeb will also be closed. Fuck around and find out.
Yep, Iranian state television shared footage of a ballistic missile launch, including a close-up showing a sticker on its body depicting a bruised Trump overlaid on a closed Strait of Hormuz with the caption, "Until the last American soldier leaves the region." U.S. Central Command forces shot down two incoming ballistic missiles launched toward bases home to American troops. They claim that no Americans were hurt. However, comma, y'all don't actually have the right missile defenses. I still don't think y'all have the right missile defenses there. Like to say nobody was hurt. Okay, nobody was hurt by the actual missile making contact with the ground and going kaboom. Now, my question is, was somebody hurt by falling debris? Because you don't just shoot down a missile and everything evaporates and eviscerates in
That's
midair
just like the stupid people that shoot guns in the air New Year's
and don't
Eve
realize that
and
shit
think
got to
like,
come
"Oh
back
yeah,
down.
it's just gonna float into space magically." Dumbest thing on earth.
Chimera, because legacy media is state media. And it
Let's
took
be
me
clear.
45 years to figure that out. But legacy media is basically state run media.
Hey, Brittany, Janae, let's be clear. There's no negotiating that's going to happen because Israel is never going to stop bombing Lebanon until they've occupied and taken over the entire country. And that
Hmm.
is a non negotiable for Iran. Iran's supreme leader has said there's no talks that involve the U.S. getting any parts of their enriched uranium. None.
Hmm.
So those two things, and at this point, Iran and Oman are saying, "Well, we'll control the Strait of Hormuz because those are in our fucking in our waters." And then your president is now threatening Oman, saying that he'll bomb the shit out of this shit is never going to end. Um,
It's not. It just isn't.
I have no I have no nothing positive to say about this. We will be paying over $5 a gallon in most of the country by 4th of July. Mark my words.
Yep. And let's not forget that oil prices, Mr. Global is still reporting that there's going to be a huge reset. And it's not going to be a reset in the manner that helps us at all. They're going to re-baseline all oil and gas prices because now they've seen what Americans can pay and what Americans are willing to pay. Your
Hey,
gas
Karen.
prices may go back down, but they're never going to see the prices we will never see the prices that we
Well,
saw
you
in
have
February
economists.
2020 or
You have
February 28th.
economists at from the White House. I can't think of the guy's name. The little guy who looks like with the glass. Oh, I can't think of his name.
That's it.
Not Bassett, not Scott Bassett. It's the other one. Oh God. Anyway, he's out here saying, "Yeah, Americans are spending more for everything." That just shows us how strong the economy is.
Yeah, I know who you're
Bitch,
talking about.
what?
He's an idiot. He's a
How
fucking
does that
moron.
make sense? The man literally said, "Oh, Americans are spending more money." That just means that the economy's doing much better. Follow-up question to that was, well, credit card companies are saying that they've seen a 13 to 15% increase in people who are more than 90 days late on their credit card bills because they're having to use their credit cards on other things. He's like, oh, well, that just means they're paying a little later. That doesn't mean that there's a problem. People are just paying a little late. I'm like, who the fuck pays these people?
The Inform says his name is Kevin Hassett.
Kevin Hansett, thank you, dear Paul. Oh, I could. That's him right there. That's him. Oh, that bitch get on my fucking nerves. And says it with a smile on his face the whole time.
And see what I'm saying? Gaslight. We have to. We don't want to die. That's what literally people are doing right now. People are doing literally what they have to do to survive. El Teddy, I'm blessed. I'm in a position where I can go to the gas station and fill up my tank. It sucks, but I'm like, okay, I'm not the guy at the gas station who pulls up, puts enough gas in his car to get to work and home because he's got to try to figure out, or she's got to try to figure out, or they've got to try to figure out what's more important, getting to their job or actually eating today.
Speaking of you
Like
talk about
there are people,
having to make
there
choice.
are
That's my mama keep calling me. I know what she calling me for. I'm subsidizing two homes, and she's calling me because she wants me to help subsidize the third home. I'm trying to pay my own bill for my two houses, and now I got to do a third one because everybody's struggling. I'm struggling. We all struggling.
and and that's the thing. I don't. That's the thing from the 10,000 foot view that these people have that they don't see that's happening on the ground level. From the 10,000 foot view, you see none of the people that are struggling. You see what you want to see. You see the statistics that are saying that Americans are spending more. Yeah, we are spending more and getting less. Can't nobody in here tell me right now that the same $100 worth of groceries that you would go and get before this administration is still $100. You just can't. My guy, I went to the grocery store when we went Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, all I got was two 16-ounce coffee creamers, a 32-ounce thing of heavy whipping cream, and uh, another small item. I came out of there with like 5 or 6 items, and I was at damn near $40. If you do the average, that's $8 per fucking item coming out of that damn grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Like Yeah, people are spending more. You're right, Mr. Hassett. People are 100% spending more, and we are getting fucking less. A perfect
Yep.
segue. Run me my cooch and run me my coin.
Oh God! All right, listen. I gotta pack dossier. I gotta get through the damn it, this dossier is
Yes,
so
sir.
big. Cause I feel myself. This next story is about to have me spike out. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord, sir. We got to be back tomorrow to give the people what they want. We got to
Yes,
give the
sir.
people, got to give them what they want. I thank you again, our
Got to keep them
senior. I
informed.
told you so correspondent for taking those 4 days off and coming back like you never left, giving us expert reporting that you can't get nowhere else. You can't pay for this at your regular mainstream media. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm. They won't cover it. They don't want to talk about it because they got to worry about getting cancer.
Just saying. Well,
Mhm.
listen, sir, we'll be back tomorrow. I thank you, sir, and we'll be back back in the saddle, back to it tomorrow.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
You have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. That is our senior. I told you so correspondent, Terrence. We thank him for all that he does over here. Listen, y'all saw my title. The Dems won't save us. Now, before I left, this was last week, Wednesday. Put a 27 in the chat if you were here last week, Wednesday, when over here we were reporting on the protests going on outside of Delaney Hall when none of the mainstream media was yet reporting. This was way last week, Tuesday or Wednesday. None of the mainstreams were reporting it, and we were over here telling you all that the shit was getting out of control over there. We were over here. And now it's a whole fucking dumpster fire. So we told you all that there were hunger strikes going on at by detainees, by ICE detainees over at Delaney. We went through all of that. We told you Delaney is owned by Geo Group, one of the largest private prison firm companies in the country. We reported on all of that, right? Most of it. You had Markway Mullen, who had the gall to go on television and say that the protesters, the people that were on the hunger strikes, were protesting because they couldn't get their ethnic foods from their native countries. Bitch, what? Just blatantly lying. They're protesting because they're getting food with maggots, living maggots and worms in there. They're getting food that's not even cooked. That's what they're protesting. Food that's not edible. They're protesting because you're feeding them at 12 o'clock and then at 4 o'clock. And then after 4 o'clock, they're told you can't eat no more or have nothing to drink for the rest of the day. They're protesting because they will put people under punishments and then tell them you can only have water. And that's it. Now, over the weekend while I was out, mainstream media decided that they were going to turn the cameras on and start covering this, right? So now, here's where we get to the Dems, shall we? Who did we just report just last fall was elected as the governor of the great state of New Jersey, where this facility is housed in the city of Newark, where you have a Democratic mayor and a Democratic governor. Now, all reports coming out of there, this is reporting coming from private sources, major news outlets, and people on the ground are saying these people are out there peacefully protesting and they're being antagonized by ICE. ICE are the people antagonizing, not the protesters. And what happens? Not only the mayor, Ras Baraka, black man, who was over here windmilling for the other few months back, when they had him arrested. But Mikey Sherrill and Ras Baraka, they say, "Oh yeah, y'all can't protest in front of that no more." No, fuck your First Amendment rights. We got ICE antagonizing the press. They don't even give a damn about the press. They don't give a damn if you are a protester, if you're the press. They don't give a damn. Everybody getting some. They're beating up the press. They're beating up the protesters. They're throwing tear gas canisters and all of those things. Several members of the press said that they're getting their cameras, that they're literally aiming at their cameras and not even aiming. They're trying to hit the cameras to break their cameras. Now, last time I checked, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of the press, all First Amendment rights, all being violated. Again, my fear, ladies and gentlemen, here's my biggest fear. The Dems will not save us. Not that they cannot. They will not. Look at Mikey Sherrill. You're the fucking governor. At any given moment, last time I checked, couldn't the governor send the National Guard and said, what y'all are not going to do is ICE. What you're not going to do is attack the citizens, or whether or not they're citizens of New Jersey or not, they're citizens of this country. You would not attack people peacefully protesting because that's their constitutional rights. So let me send the National Guard, and what I'll do is, just because you bastards ain't shit, I have the National Guard surround the facility just so you bastards can't get in. And y'all can't come out and attack any of the protesters. But y'all telling them, yeah, we gonna arrest y'all if y'all violate the curfew. Yeah, we gonna arrest y'all if y'all come within this, because now they done made a half-mile perimeter around the facility, saying that it's illegal now to protest within the half-mile perimeter of the fucking facility now. Hey, Butterfly. Hey, Cross Country Cruiser. This is coming from the Democrats that were elected to office. I mean, these. I'm down the rabbit hole now. Let me go down this rabbit hole. Let me tell y'all something. I'm about to paint a very horrible, pessimistic picture for y'all, but I need y'all to follow me. I don't ever want to not tell y'all what's coming before it comes. I like to warn you all. I like to make sure that y'all are perfectly informed of what's going to happen before it happens. Now, y'all see what the Democrats are doing to protesters? Now, these people are protesting ICE. The same ICE that have been murdering citizens. The same ICE that locked the governor and the mayor out. The same ICE that locked y'all out of this same facility and told y'all, we don't give a damn about your elected position. Fuck you. You bitches can't get in. Y'all are protecting them bitches. The same people that are attacking and murdering citizens. And those are the ones who the Democrats are protecting, right? Let me come close. Come closer. Yeah. Pay attention, class. Class, pay attention. Take good notes here. Take good notes here. Take very good notes. Take very good notes here. I'm going to say this. The Democrats will not save us. You know what's about to happen? Same thing. You see what happened in Virginia? They did what the voters came, elected Abigail Spanberger. She on the fuck shit. You see how she vetoed the she been vetoing shit that the people who elected her support. She vetoed the bill with the unions and shit. Duly elected, the people went out and did what the fuck that they were supposed to do. And what did she do? She shit in her pants. Mikey Sherrill, they people did what they were supposed to do. Put her ass in office. And she's shitting her clothes. And these are the ones who your DNC and your DCCC and your corporate Dems want to put all of their backing behind. Let me tell y'all what's about to happen. I'm going to turn this person's name into a verb. This whole shit is about to get Merrick Garland. And what do I mean by Merrick Garland? Merrick Garland was the sitting fucking attorney general during the Biden administration and had every opportunity to fucking arrest, to prosecute, and put sun-kissed man behind bars and never did it. Waited way too late because they're all about let's put the past behind us and try to move forward. Fuck that. All of these bitches got to go to jail. All of this shit got to be burned to the ground. They done fucked everything up. The entirety of this fucking DHS, Department of Homeland Security, dismantle all of that shit. Put all of those agencies underneath it back where they were before. All of this shit got to be burned to the fucking ground. And you're about to have Dems that come back in this bitch and they try to act like it's business as usual. And I'm going to tell you what they're going to tell you. Oh, we have to get back to a state of normalcy. We have to get back to governing the normal way. No, bitch, this is not normal. The house is on fucking fire. And you bitches talk about, let's just go and have a seat on the comforter. The fucking house is on fire, you raggedy bitches. You see what's happening. They're not going to do anything. We're going to go in November and we're going to do all of the things that they ask us to do. We're going to vote. We're going to go out. We're going to turn some seats blue and all of the fucking things. And these rat ass bastards are going to Merrick Garland our ass. They're going to sit there and try to say, and then if there's anything of consequence that they absolutely need to get done, these bitches are going to gaslight us and play in our faces like they did with the George Floyd police reform bill and just like they did with the John Lewis voting rights bill. Because both of those bills never fucking made it to the House floor or the Senate floor, and they had all parts of government. They had the fucking House, they had the fucking Senate, they had the fucking White House, and these rat-ass bastards never even brought this shit to a floor and had the audacity to run on this shit. Yeah, the bitches said they not even think about impeaching these hoes. We need Nuremberg-style trials. Put all of these bitches on trial. Everybody going to fucking jail. And if you're not with that shit, fuck you and get out of the way. I keep telling y'all, I don't care if you're red, blue, purple, black. I don't give a shit. But I'm sick of it. Because let me tell you something. Now, I'm all the way down the rabbit hole. I done fucked my whole goddamn dossier today. I'm down this fucking rabbit hole. Let me tell y'all something. Let me help you understand something. This is for my black people. Let me tell y'all some black people. Y'all better stop listening to these people that are telling you that this is going to get better by you just simply waiting for the midterms and you going out and voting in the midterms and that's going to change everything around. These same people that's out here talking about we don't need to do nothing. We just need to sit back and make sure we show up in November and the ship is going to get righted are the same people that want us to vote for the likes of Hakeem Jeffries, want us to vote for the likes of all of these bastards that's going to sit there and play in our fucking faces. Do you know how many members of the CBC right now are sitting in office and you can't tell me one fucking bill that they have passed to advance the cause? I ain't even said of black people in general, of their own fucking constituents. Hell, I got a fucking Congress member. That bitch ain't voted shit in the law that has been of any consequence for her own fucking district. And she been in the fucking Congress since 2010. Magically, y'all think we live in a fucking country where you just gonna sit there and do nothing and this shit is gonna change. It's not going to change. I'm telling you, blood will be shed. People will have to beat the streets. And black people, when you take the stance that we're not gonna do anything, we're not gonna beat the streets, we're not gonna meet force with force, you will be left out of conversations. People don't want to tell you that. And any bitch telling you that that all you got to do is show up in November and magically shit is going to change, they don't mean you no good and they're going to cause you your destruction. These bitches are delusional. We are not in normal times. Everybody telling you that shit would have been the same people opposed to the civil rights movement back in 1950s and 60s. They would have said, don't go out there and protest. Oh no, them bitches would have said the same shit back then. They would have been opposed to the fucking abolitionist movement and said, oh no, Master gonna get mad if we revolt. Don't do that. The same bitches would have been saying the same shit. So don't tell me shit. I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me nothing. I do not mince words, and I'm not going along to get along, which is why I took no issue with doing the expose last week on Jasmine Crockett. Because you telling people to vote for the likes of Wesley Bell is fucking dangerous. It's dangerous to black people. It's dangerous to the constituents of fucking Missouri District 1. Larry, please save me, Larry.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Where's Larry when I need him?
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
I wish somebody help me.
Okay. Now that we have regulated our sugar levels, I'm sorry, y'all, but I am telling y'all, I'm so afraid that we're going to do all of this stuff. People are going to be looking for the Dems to save them, and they're not. And the Dems, I want the Democratic Party to remember when black people did what they were supposed to do. When not just black people, people all over the country did what they were supposed to do. And they voted these people in, and they made promises, and they did none of them. And then had the audacity to complain and say, "Oh, well, we can't do it because of these, these things in the way." People did not forget that. And because people did not forget that, what that means is the next time you ask people to do stuff, to support you, to come out and vote, they're not going to do it. In other sugar spiky news, well, then there's this. A provision in a bill before the United States Congress could tie the U.S. and Israeli militaries for far more closely together, deepening their cooperation on weapons research, production, and technology. The proposal, titled United States Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiative, appears in Section 224 of the House Armed Services Committee's version of the fiscal year 2027 National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA. The measure, if enacted, could mark a significant change in one of the world's closest military relationships, shifting the two countries from a partnership centered largely on U.S. military aid towards one in which their defense industries are more deeply intertwined. Section 224 would require the U.S. Defense Secretary to appoint an executive agent, a single official to coordinate military cooperation between the U.S. and Israel. That work would cover joint research and development, the shared development of weapons, and the linking of military systems and data. According to a former U.S. Department of State official, uh, Josh Paul, he said, quote, "What Congress is trying to do now is find different ways of entrenching the relationship so deep in America's own defense industrial base that it's impossible to root it out. A new section of law in the National Defense Authorization Act would give Israel unprecedented access to American technology and would force the United States military to integrate Israeli defense technologies into our own critical military supply chain, giving Israel incredible leverage over America's own defense priorities." End of quote. This is going to have bipartisan approval. Let me say that again. This will have bipartisan approval. What we have is a Congress that have said that they are more concerned with the defense, livelihood of another country than they are their own. And that is both sides of the aisle. That means, I mean, how is it any different from what's happening now? Let's be clear. We do more for Israel and defer more to Israel than we do NATO countries. We do not give NATO countries this type of access to us. We don't give to NATO the way that we give to Israel. This is happening. And it's happening with the backing of both political parties. Why do you think? See, and I hate to go down this road, but I see some of our people that have the nerve to say, "Why y'all always asking people if they get APAC money?" Because those people are bought and sold. That's That's why we asked the question, are you taking money from AIPAC? Because that means that you bitches will give a damn more about Israel than you will about us. We've been paying billions and billions of dollars to Israel for some time now. Basically, is if it ain't what it, I'm gonna call it what it is. Have we not should I not call that basically you giving reparations to Israel since the time of World War II, and we had nothing to do with the Holocaust, and because you felt bad that white presenting Jewish people were murdered, you felt that they needed reparations, which was we're still giving them to this day. But black people who built this country and were subjected to chattel slavery for hundreds of years dare not ask for it. Matter of fact, you take our tax dollars and send it over there and they get free education. You take our tax dollars and send it over there and they get free health care while we get nothing. And you bitches taking AIPAC money want to give us every fucking excuse as to why you can't get shit done in Congress, or why that can't happen, or what parliamentary procedure you can't get beyond in order to get shit passed. You sit up here and you play in our faces, and then you have people on social media calling themselves political commentators that have the nerve to ask us why we're asking bitches if they're taking AIPAC money, or why we have a problem with bitches who are taking AIPAC money. Because they're going to turn themselves into contortionists and jump through every hoop imaginable to back and support Israel, but won't lift a finger, won't bat an eye to give a fucking penny to their own fucking constituents. Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I have no reason to believe that this shit is absolutely going to pass with bipartisan support. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Oh, so last week y'all were also here when we reported. Remember, I gave y'all the rundown of all of those people that were supposed to be coming to the 250th anniversary of the country festivities. And now over the weekend while I was gone, everybody found a conscience and bailed the hell out, right? Well, that didn't take long. But here's the deal. Oh, your president is saying he's going to basically have a MAGA rally, right? During the UFC. He's going to have a MAGA rally, right? And at the MAGA rally, he stated that he's going to have military personnel and service members put in place to be spectators there. They got to find their own way there, though. Oh yeah, and this is a quote: "No fatties." Yeah, no fatties. They don't want no fatties. You got to be weight height proportioned. If you're 5'9", the maximum your waistline can be is 37 inches for a man. And if you're 5'4" as a woman, the biggest your waistline can be is 35 inches. Now, I don't know what size that is in women's sizes. I don't know the correlation between women's sizes and inches and stuff. But yeah. Oh, yeah, they got to find their own way there. Yeah, they're not paying for them to get there. They're not paying for any travel, lodging, accommodations for these service members. Yeah, they got to pay their own way to get there. They'll give you a free ticket to the UFC fight that's happening. Yeah, I mean, they'll give you a free ticket. I'm just saying, but Got to find your own way there. Make sure you meet the weight. Make sure you meet the weight criteria. Man, put a couple of y'all on weight probation till you get there. Now, from what I understand, they're not being forced to go, but they can go for free. They just got to pay their own transportation and pay for their own hotel and all of that, and make sure they fit into the size criteria. No fatties. Shay, listen, I don't know what to tell you. Shay, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. I just report the stories, okay? That's all I do is report the goddamn stories, okay? That's all I do. In other news, well, got a bit of good news here. The Kennedy Center will not be named after Donald Trump, despite the president's efforts to rename the iconic center. U.S. District Judge Christopher Cooper came out with a ruling this past Friday. He explicitly defined the law in Friday's ruling, saying, quote, "The center is to be named for President Kennedy, and it cannot bear any other formal name or public memorial based on the board's unilateral say-so. Congress gave the Kennedy Center its name, and only Congress can change it." End of quote. The judge has given the Trump administration 2 weeks to remove all signs of his name from the Kennedy Center. The judge also said all references to the Trump Kennedy Center or the Donald J. Trump and John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts must be removed from the center's website. According to the judge's ruling also, the center is blocked from, quote, "displaying, installing, or maintaining any physical or digital signage on the Kennedy Center building or grounds that designates, suggests, or implies that the institution is named for any person other than President John F. Kennedy." End of quote. The judge also blocked the Trump administration from closing the center for 2 years for reservations. Yeah. Now, we know that these people are going to appeal this, but as of right now, they still have 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here we are. Your president went on a rant saying, "Well, fuck it, I don't want it no more. Just give it back to Congress." I mean, it was always Congress that had this. Thank you, Universal Goddess. That's an 8 in women. Okay. Ciao. You didn't get a notification. YouTube don't give a shit about us. Who care about us over here? They be shadow banning us all the time. Well, that's some good news. In other sugar spiky news. Now, this is making its rounds this weekend. I'm going to put up my trigger warning sign. There's a video. Let me put up the trigger warning sign. This is a trigger warning. This is a trigger warning. The young man that you see there, he's a former police officer in North Carolina. Okay? In Shelby, North Carolina. Trigger warning. If you are easily triggered or offended, I'm letting you know now. We are going to play the video. And the woman that was the victim of this police officer, her name is Sherry Moore. This is a trigger warning.
Put your hand behind your back. have a warrant. I don't have a warrant or it's in the house. What are you doing? I don't have a warrant or what's in the house.
Let go! Let go!
I don't have what?
Let go! I got her!
Ow.
I got her! Carson!
Ow.
Carson!
Ow.
I got her.
No, hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't have a warrant or anything. No, excuse me, sir. No, excuse me. No, wow, excuse me. You wrong for that. No, excuse me, sir. Like,
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
excuse me.
Hands behind your back.
No,
Cooperate,
excuse me.
come in, no,
Hands behind your back.
I rebuke the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the devil.
No,
What you are?
I'm
Oh, here's that girl.
excuse me. No, excuse me. Excuse me, can you, excuse me.
Baby, cooperate.
Excuse me.
I think I'm fixing. That's what they do.
Come on, grab her
I
hand.
didn't know, excuse me. Sir, can you, sir, can you call somebody?
Put your hand behind your back now.
Can you call somebody?
Put your hand behind your back
No,
now.
excuse me, sir. No.
Put your hand behind your
I
back.
don't have a warrant.
Put your hand behind your back.
I didn't.
Baby,
I don't
just
have any issues.
cooperate, cause they
No,
are the
can you
devil.
take me to mental health or something?
I'm
I'm not on medication. Can you call my daddy? I'm not on my medication. Call my daddy. I need to go to the
God
crisis.
have mercy on y'all
I need to
folks,
go to
cause
the
y'all don't
crisis.
reach what y'all
Please, mental
so.
health. I seriously don't have a warrant. Look at my name
Stay
and call
still.
things to the crisis center. Huh? Call things to the crisis center. Call my daddy. I'm not on medication. Can you call my daddy or something? Like, call him. Excuse me, can you pick up the phone and call the crisis center on my daddy? Excuse me.
I did warn that was a trigger warning, but like I always say, and like some of our forefathers and ancestors said, somebody got to bear witness. This happened on Friday in Shelby, North Carolina. Now we do have an update. That's a mugshot for that officer. His name, or former officer, his name is Carson Hyder, Hyder. He was fired by the Shelby Police Department. And now he was fired after video captured on Ring camera surfaced of him apparently punching, as you can see, Sherry Moore several times. Now, Hyder is 22 years old. He turned himself in this morning at 10 a.m., according to the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations. He has been charged with assault inflicting serious injury. Court records show he has posted a $10,000 secured bond, and we watched the video. It is quite disturbing. Now, we learned Sherry Moore's father has come out and spoken. He says that she has a broken nose. She has 2 black eyes. He did say that, and you heard her saying it on the video. She does suffer from mental illness and takes medication. So, and the neighborhood knows who she is. She oftentimes, you'll see her walking, through the neighborhood, and they know who she is, and they know that she's not a threat to those in the neighborhood. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations has launched the investigations, and they are the ones that look into allegations of excessive force. Now, the Shelby Police Chief and the Cleveland County District Attorney did request the NCSBI to perform that investigation. So that's that. I'm so glad that they do have him behind bars. I think he posted bail, so I think he's out. I would love for him to have stayed in there so that a couple people can go and have a few conversations with him. I just want a couple of people to go in there and have a few conversations with him. Let's be clear. I'm sure he's somewhere in hiding because the people are not going to let that go. Let's be clear. I'm sure he's somewhere in hiding. and I've said this for some time, and some people say I'm wrong. I do think that there should be an age. This comes out harsh. I think that if you're 22, that may be too early for you. Not unless you're a 22-year-old who told me you just graduated college and maybe that's your first after college job. But some 22-year-old straight off the street, I think you need to have a few years on you. I think you need to be at least 25. Maybe you can act. Maybe you have some. Just this 22-year-old, which appears to. I don't know the man and whether or not he is or is not, but he looks the part of the regular racist, the young white male racist person that wasn't shit in high school, gets a badge and a gun, and now these bitches want to take out vigilante justice on all our black asses. She never had a warrant from what from all of the sources that I've seen. There was no warrant. Now, unless something comes up, I don't see any warrant or anything. And the black cop that came, you didn't do enough for me. That was the problem. When the other black cop came, why the fuck didn't you just pull his ass off? You can't just let him just be railing on this woman like that. Like, you was a little too calm to fuck for me. I mean, way too young for me. I mean, calm. Way too calm for me. You over there just calm like it's just a regular day at the job. Closed fist, just wailing on this woman. I didn't want y'all, because I know it's been going viral, but I did want to give an update because I know this story has been, and that's an update from earlier this morning. The video has been making its rounds, and I didn't know, some people may not have seen the video, but I did want you all to be aware of the situation. In our last Sugar Spiky story of the day, just so you know, excuse me. This year makes it official where the retirement age is 67 for most of us. Full retirement age is 67 for a large portion of us. They don't want you to retire till you're 70. But I wanted to put that up there because that is this year does make the change official. Where if you're born after 1960, it's 67. It's no more 62. Yeah. If you want to get the full retirement benefits. Just wanted to give you the update. Now they have a little calculator. If you fall between 1955 and 1960, they have the calculator. You can go look. You can go to hell. You can go to hell, Tracy. You can go straight to hell, Xavier. Just saying. It's time for our video breakdowns. God be with us. Let's see what our video breakdowns have for us today, shall we?
This is a reminder that font choice matters. No one is reading that as herbs. I feel like people are going to misread this no matter what font you put it in. You're going to get a lot of mistaken and disappointed site visitors. Demons, 39 cents each. That's actually a really good deal for demons. It says pork. But if you're going to choose a font like this, just make sure your sign doesn't wrinkle. It says on us. Get all three on us. If that L and I were any closer together, still, even at a glance. Fortunately, they're far enough apart. However, flick the bean? Really? Ah yes, pear ass is beautiful this time of year. you should make the apostrophe a little bigger. You should make the apostrophe a lot bigger. Especially when your slogan is finger-licking, pocket-loving, good food. This is more emoji choice than font choice. You bone your dog? Expect a visit. I know this says for a special aunt, but that's not how I read it. My daddy is a giant. Yeah, giant.
And then there's that. Here's our next video breakdown.
Pendua pera no boy. Aí, telling sis. What's in? Sis. Oh, ainda. What's in bo pendu? Ainda ba? No buy sis.
Boy, sit your little ugly ass down somewhere. Eyes tangled up like a beard.
Why do you... I have so many questions. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. Here's our next video breakdown.
Weed Master on duty. Y'all see it twist in the motherfucking back. But we're going to go over to the side and we got a quick weave over here. I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to lay that later. Boom! Swoops! Y'all see it. Let me say y'all. I put it all in motherfucking one. And ain't a bitch in this city laying a swoop like me. Check this out. I forgot to show y'all I laid that quick weave. Y'all understand? Come together! Anytime you ready, let me tell y'all, the Weave Master is on motherfucking duty. Let me tell y'all, nostalgia at its motherfucking best. Anytime you ready to learn how to do some real motherfucking hair, call me.
These people are y'all gotta be stopped with this shit. Y'all got to be stopped. Who's wearing that? Tracy, I know you gonna have that at the field trip. Tracy says she gonna have her hair like that down to the field trip. I ain't gonna hold you. Tracy, I know you getting that hairdo for the field trip. Tracy, don't act like that, Tracy. Now, I knew you getting your hair done up like that for the field trip. You ain't got to be like that, Tracy. No, we ain't have all them colors in the 90s like that. They used to have the little stacks back in the 90s. They have them kind of colors like that. Honey. Dear God. Y'all know y'all want that look. Here's our last video breakdown. I don't know what was happening there, but the fact it was in my algorithm, and I thought that God wanted to bless y'all with it. It was in my algorithm. I thought y'all might have wanted to see what was in my algorithm. Hold on, let me see that again. Child, sometimes my algorithm get it right. Just saying. Sometimes my algorithm get it right, honey. Those are our video breakdowns for the day. I certainly hope you enjoyed them. I did. In other news, now, that's Scottie Pippen and Larsa Pippen's son, right? So his name is Preston Pippen. Now, Preston is he's 23. He's kind of embarrassed that his mom is a whole skank whore bitch. He was on Netflix's Calabasas Confidential. And, you know, he wanted to be honest about what his life has been like since now his mom is divorced from his dad and she's a whole skank whore bitch. He said the following, quote, I'm glad I'm not dealing with it all so up close. It kind of sucks when your parents are divorced. That's one thing. And then once they start dating, it's another thing. If they get remarried, then it's a bigger thing. It was all end of quote. You know, that's what he said. Then he talked about his mammy having a friendship with the Kardashian skank family. And he said, quote, it was just all over the place. You would think at that age, when you're going to school, that it is safe and you're dodging the drama at home. People I thought were my friends would make jokes, and there's already so much noise in the house. My parents got divorced when I was 15, and it was really tough because there was an affair. Kids at school, like my friends, would play music by a rapper that my mom was taken to at the time, and it was just shitty. I am removed from it now, so it's easy to kind of talk about. End of quote. Basically, the man got to go through school while you being a whole trollop, hussy, heifer, skank whore bitch. And now they over there playing music of everybody that his mama getting fucked by. Don't nobody want to go to school and they just start blasting music of the whole rap crew that their mama getting her back blown out by. Man, have some scruples about yourself. Y'all don't be thinking about the fact that these kids got to go to school. And school is a horrible place. It's a horrible place. Thank God you didn't get your daddy looks, because your daddy don't look that good. You know, your daddy that knows, dear God help us. Thank God, you know, got a comfortable mixture, Lord. That's what I'm saying, Xavier. Shoot, they could play a whole bunch of songs. Just start blasting songs and shit. I'm just saying. We wish you well, sir. Well, then this happened this week. Yeah, this happened yesterday. Yeah. Xavier already put it in the members only chat. Now, let the record reflect. Xavier and all y'all in the chat that's been having all of this shit to say to me about 4 for 4, and y'all see Puff Daddy's little bitty meat, and all y'all making fun of Puff Daddy and the fact that he ain't got no meat. Now all of a sudden, it's okay to say that size matters, right? It wasn't so funny when you saw it, you know, live and in color. When it wasn't but that big live and in color, you were like, ooh. But y'all was wanting me to sit back and deal with that kind of fuck shit. Right? That's what y'all wanted me to sit back and deal with. I see y'all real quiet in the chat now. I see y'all real quiet. Everybody want to call me a size queen and everything. Now, all of a sudden, why y'all don't have that same energy now? Why? What's the problem? Xavier, you real quiet. Harold, that's what I was dealing with. Y'all thought it was a... So now, now all of a sudden, it's too microscopic, it's too small. Oh, so size doesn't matter. Now, 50's ex-girlfriend, she claimed that she didn't know it was, she was being taped. Or she said she was taped against her will, I should say. I don't know how the video got out. Yeah. We saw it was real grainy though. I mean, if you're gonna put out a sex tape, at least put it out in 4K. I mean, god damn. It was real grainy and stuff. It was real great. You know, it was kind of hard to make out. And you know, when your meat's small enough to one of the pixels is bigger than the actual size of your meat, the meat could get lost in the pixelation and stuff. Listen, I don't want to twirl with him because he done had his meat up in everything imaginable. Nobody want that shit. Hey, twin flames. But now all of a sudden, all y'all got a problem with this little ass meat that Puff got, but y'all want me to deal with little ass meat. Not 4 for 4K steak catching strange, child. It was small D Johnson. I'm just saying. I mean, hell, I told you I'm gonna give you 4 for 4 number. His meat just that small. Mm-hmm. See how you like that? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let's see how you like that. I'm just saying. Child. Anyway, I mean, we see, I mean, ain't much else to say. They told us it was small like a Tootsie Roll. Now, the people did tell us that. They sure did. They sure did. But when I was watching the video, I did see the whole 38-minute version. She was doing all of this moaning and stuff, and he wasn't even sticking it in. She was just looking at it, and she was doing all of this fake, girl, he ain't even putting nothing in you. Girl, it was just all of this fake moaning and shit. I was looking like, girl. You know, they had different color lights and shit. It was purple and pink. And then when he put on that red light, that's when shit got turned up when he put in that red light. I'm just saying. At one point, the guy had to, I guess he was drinking some Red Bull or something. I don't know. Cause she was like, you want some coffee or something? And he was like, nah, let me just get a swig of that. It looked like a Red Bull can. Baby, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You have to look him up for journalistic purposes, for scientific purposes, D. Johnson. I understand. Look him up for scientific purposes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That might be true. We ain't got nothing to do with it. Listen. Now, I already knew who the Sly Diggler guy was. I already knew he had a big old piece of meat. It ain't the biggest meat in the world, but it's a good size. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. It is a good size, but there's a couple of people out there, you know. There's some other shoulder boulder mountain holders. You know, you go look at Ricky Delta Dial from down south. That young man got about 15 inches. I ain't never seen nothing that long in my life. I'll put a picture down to the members only chat so y'all can see how big Ricky Dotadio's picture meat is. I ain't never seen nothing that long in my fucking life. Dear God, Lord, Jesus. Anyway, the man probably had been at it for the last 8 hours. Who gonna stay hard for 8 hours like that? The shit got to go down eventually. Y'all know Diddy be having people in there for 8, 9, 10 hours and shit like they on the payroll. You just ain't supposed to be hard for that long. Just saying. Child. Anyway, I mean, look like everybody had a good time. I'm just saying. Now she want to complain because the video was out. Ma'am, you look like you had a real good time. Did. I'm just saying. Look like all parties involved were satisfied. Moving on. As some of you all may know, the Spurs won the Western Conference Final. Shocked the world by beating OKC. However, we got a little bit of bad news coming from out of that part of the world. So they had a celebration. This wasn't even after the games 7 victory. This was after their Game 6 victory, right? Which forced it to a Game 7. And a 17-year-old Spurs fan, he fell. He had a devastating fall, and he's been declared brain dead. According to reports, he was taking part in a well-known San Antonio celebration where they call it honking. And he was hanging out the door and stuff like that, and they was honking and stuff and riding through the street. And they say he was riding on top of the vehicle. And they say they do this at a lot of the games in the area, in the Southwest Military Drive street area and whatnot. And at some point, he fell from the vehicle and suffered a severe head injury, and now he done been declared brain dead. We praying for him. I hope he get better. Sir, listen, y'all got to be safe out there. I mean, if you're going to celebrate and stuff, just do it safely. You know, you have these types of things that go on all the time, and it's always inevitable. Somebody lose a limb, somebody lose their life, somebody, comes out of it not the way they went in. He's been declared brain dead, and I don't know if, when they declare brain dead, I don't think you really come out of that. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. In other news, Xavier's boyfriend is in the news. Real quick, because we way over time, dear God. Xavier boyfriend, Tory Lanez, is asking a federal judge for a restraining order against a prison guard he believes is planning to put him in a dangerous area of the prison. Now, we already saw he already done been stabbed. Like, we saw the video where he got stabbed and stuff. Remember that? We showed the video here. We showed the video where he went over there and was getting shanked and stabbed, bam, 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 bam. They was stabbing the shit out of his ass. Well, anyway, according to court documents, Tory Lanez says he's dealing with ongoing threats and intimidation and harassment. He in fear for his life. You should have been in fear for your life, man. You got stabbed like over a year ago. They say he got stabbed almost 15 times. We watched the video. Now, his legal team says that a prison guard plans to move him to a more dangerous housing unit. His legal team also claims a correctional officer referenced Tory's near-fatal attack last year in where he got stabbed like 14 times. I don't know what to tell you, bruh. I don't know what to tell you. The pupils say they don't feel no kind of way about it, okay? Xavier say he don't care. He don't care. They ready for you to go on to glory anyway. I hope you make it out safely, Tory. Maybe your legal team will put a stop to it. I don't know, sir. We don't have time for it, okay? Sir, go with God.
Go with God. Go with God, Crispy.
I mean, we don't mean actually literally go with God. I mean, I don't want you to die yet. I mean, I don't want you to die, but I mean, that's Myles Garrett. Now, some of y'all may not know who he is. He plays football. Here's a reminder of who he is.
I mean, record-wise, you can lose late, 2 minutes, whatever it is. But you have to continue to focus on yourself and how you can continue to improve and win the games that you're supposed to win. As long as you have your destiny in your hands, control it. Don't allow it to get to the point where someone else winning or losing dictates your fate. Record-wise, you can lose late, 2 minutes, whatever it is. But you have to continue to focus on yourself and how you can continue to improve and win the games that you're supposed to win. As long as you have your destiny in your hands, control it. Don't allow it to get to the point where someone else winning or losing dictates your fate.
I had to play it again because the banner was in the way and stuff. I didn't want the banner. I mean, we do real journalism over here for scientific purposes. I didn't want the banner to be in the way, and y'all miss, the story. Well, he got traded finally from the Cleveland Browns because he was over there suffering with that garbage ass Cleveland Brown team, and he's gonna be playing for the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, that was just a gratuitous reason for us to play the video. But congratulations, he's being drafted. They're gonna give Cleveland several draft picks, and somebody else got dealt in the deal as well. But we just wanted to see the video again. Congratulations, sir. In our last story of the day, as we close out the Sports Monday segment, and this is our last story of the day. Russell Wilson has announced that he is officially retiring from the NFL. Now he can stick to blowing errors back out and taking care of Future's child. So he'll be he's officially retired. Congratulations on a great career. I don't know if you go into the Hall of Fame, but we know you got a Super Bowl ring. You know what I'm saying? You got some money and stuff. You'll be remembered well. And congratulations on a great career. Russell Wilson is retiring, y'all, and so he can continue to blow errors back out and take care of Future's child. Okay, congratulations on a great career. That's the dossier for today, y'all. We about to get out of here. Really be gonna kick the shit out of me because we way over. Way over. I gotta get y'all over to really be because we way over time. But I'm back, y'all. Now listen, y'all know I'm not gonna be here Friday and Saturday over the weekend because we're gonna be at the awards show. And again, thank you to all of you all because y'all are the reason why I've been nominated. Y'all are the reason why we are a nominated platform. Now I ain't said we're gonna win, but thanks to you all, what you do and making this place great. We will be, celebrating with a whole bunch of other YouTubers this weekend, and we will be partying it up with them. All right, I'm gonna get y'all over to Really Be. Y'all tell her I'm sorry for making y'all late. I gotta go somewhere real fast. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Yeah, I can see him coaching. I could absolutely see him coaching. I could absolutely see him doing that. I'd love to see him maybe be a quarterbacks coach, start off maybe as the quarterbacks coach. Then maybe he could go to be an offensive coordinator. Work your way up the ranks. I don't like when people try to go straight to head coaching. I like people to work their way up the ranks. So maybe he could be a quarterbacks coach. Then he could be an offensive coordinator. Then he can go be a head coach after that. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get y'all over to my sis, Really B. She is waiting. Like Tracy W. say, don't go over there snitching on us, okay? That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all.